showing off. Wow. Hello, people. This is the Impromptu Live. I did not realize that my comment about the locked vault would bring such a reaction. 47 comments. It looks like I struck a little nerve with Dana, with Miss Dana. Hi, Dana. Hi, Trump's next wife. So actually, hi, Glenn Cack Revival Free Speech. You've got that right. And if you're triggered, you got a race card, not welcome here. Don't pay any attention to that. I say what I want to say. Hi, Johnny Mac. Drop your links, Dana and Johnny. Hi, Babs. I'm going to talk a little bit about this locked vault fiasco. In case any of you don't know, I have always liked John Yates, always. The only thing I don't like is his drinking, and he knows that. But I have some comments that nobody can understand left me under my comment section. And I have these women that are showing up out of the damn woodwork like Dark Whisper, 40 Ounce to Freedom. I hit a nerve. Why doesn't Lock Vault want anybody to know her name? Well, guess what? I know her name and I know where she lives. But this isn't about that. This is about how you stupid females act over a little simple comment. If I would have had the name wrong, I wouldn't have got the responses I got. I don't come on here and just run my mouth without facts. And I just heard the gangster, Amy, saying that she'd never done anything to attack kids. She's a liar. And I've got 3 videos to prove it where she threatened to kill me, kill my daughter, and kill my granddaughters. I have 3 videos of her doing that. So her big song and dance now that she's sticking up for Britters, and they've been mad at each other 150 fucking times, and who cares? She will definitely threaten people. She does it all the time. That's why I nicknamed her Gangster, because she is a gangster. And I don't want to hear nothing about Deadly and Britters because they were a perfect couple. They both did terrible things. They both said terrible things. They both dox kids. They both call CPS. They're all cop callers. So none of these bottom feeders, one is not better than the other. They're all the same. And I'm going to read you some of these comments that the great Ann left. And 40 Ounce to Freedom. So strange to see you showing up. I met you when you were running with Lauren. You were Lauren's right-hand woman. And I know where you live. You don't live very far from me. And you stood my beautician up. And that's why I quit being friends with you. And now you're all coming out of the woodwork over a simple comment. And I'm going to read it to you. I was spellbound. I will read this to you. It's on my community page. I don't know. I don't think MobTube had a match made in hell. That's right, Johnny Mac. You're welcome, Dana. Drop your links, people, because I can't see them. I can't see if you drop. I think my yard guy's out there, but I'm not going to go pay him right now. He's just going to have to wait. Okay, this is what I put on my community tab. This is all I said. Attention, Lock Vault, a.k.a. Dana. More to come. You don't remember us talking? I imagine you're probably a pothead or a pillhead too, like 98% of the women on here. But guess what? We talked over 3 years ago. I met you when I was hanging around with Delaware Lisa when her cooking show was going on. I saw Dark Whisper, never fucking spoke to her. 40 Ounce to Freedom was Lauren's lapdog at the time, and her first name is Tony, and she doesn't live that far from me, and I didn't like her then, and I don't like her now. And this Lock Vault called me, and I bet she doesn't remember what we talked about, and I found her number, and I've given it to the appropriate people because I had her number actually in my cell phone. Believe me, it's been 3 years since I talked to this chick. 3 years. And guess what we were talking about? Guess what she was wanting to find out? Where the dog killer lived. Because at that time, the dog killer was brand new to the community. Nobody knew her real name. Nobody knew where she lived. Now everybody knows. Everybody's got her address, her name, and everything. But that's what Dana and I were talking about. Do you remember that, Dana? Or are you too foggy from pills and pot that you don't remember what we talked about? You people better be very, very careful, all you bottom feeders that have talked to me, because I have a mind like a steel trap. And I remember conversations, and I hadn't even thought about that locked vault probably in the 3 years since I talked to her, because she didn't affect me. I didn't care about her. But then I started going in John Yates's room, and I seen she's an undercover troublemaker, just like, well, when I met her, her or Maria didn't have a channel, and they were just causing trouble behind the scenes. So they're just alike. And now I have to read to you with the wonderful Ann Graham said, worrying about my breast, worrying about my teeth. When you got teeth that are too big for your mouth, nobody can understand you. I want anybody in this chat right now to tell the truth and tell me if they can understand Ann Graham. Tell me. I used to talk to her on Instagram and I could understand her, but I don't know what's happened to her. Somebody told me she had false teeth. I don't think that makes you not learn how to talk, but I could be wrong. Have been wrong a few times. Okay, there are 64 comments under this. Let me see. It is. Here's what Vault says. Dana, wrong. That's not my name, but IG, you can think so. Oh, and John, is that another threat? John didn't threaten her at all. And I'm not doing this for John. I'm doing this because I felt like doing it. And if you wouldn't have responded, you're just like Siwa. The time I took my picture by the Holly Lake Ranch sign, I had no idea if that's where she lived. That's just what I figured she might live, and she jumped on it, just like you did, Dana. You jumped right on this. You should have ignored this comment. But not only you, but every other stupid bottom feeder that I haven't heard of in 3 years. This is what Dark Whisper said. How long has it been since any of you seen her around? I'll say this here as well, Terry time. You may never forget, but you sure remember the wrong info. Try again. That's definitely not her name. If she wanted you to know her name, you would know it. Guess what? I do know it. Dark Whisper. And why don't you go back wherever you've been for 3 years? If you people are never going to change, get a life and stop trying to expose. I don't try to expose people. I expose them, and I expose many because she took a Louis Vuitton purse from me under false pretenses. And I said, oh, look, I'm getting a reaction I wanted. Exactly, because if somebody reacts, you know you've got them. And then this is what the great 40 ounce to freedom, Tony, that lives in Mesquite, Texas, says. I can't wait to see you take the big L on this one, Terry. Lo, you couldn't be more wrong. Well, I'm not wrong, or why are you all upset about it? I'm not wrong. I know who I talked to on the phone. I know what we talked about. We were trying to figure out where the dog killer lived. Why go after her? For what? What has she ever done to you? She's young. She's not young. She's younger than 72, but she's not young. And she's big, 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 like 300 plus pounds big. I know a lot about her. I remember, and this is what I said to 40 ounce. I remember you, Tony, Lauren's best friend. I know where you live, and you have no idea what I know about every one of you pitiful females. That's the beauty of this. I never lose because I don't care. Never have, never will. And then Bolt says, my big yak shut, you caught up JY's lies. This has nothing to do with John Yates. Nothing. This is my thing. I was bored. I put that little thing up. I had no idea you people would be that stupid to all jump on it. He threatened me. I don't think John Yates ever threatened anybody. To show proof, and I did, period, the end, back off. I'm not backing off nothing. Nobody tells me what I can do. Least of all you stupid bottom feeders. None of you. You're all the same. You're cop callers, job callers, CPS callers, showing kid pictures, talking about each other's looks. I'm talking about your looks now, Vault. I'm talking about your looks now. Oh, you didn't think I knew that? I know a lot, and I know a lot about a lot of you. Guess what? No one tells me what to do. It's no one's business when they make it public. Don't know who Tony or Lauren is. Well, who cares? Sky Ho 8. I don't know who you are. Who the fuck cares? I don't care if you know Tony or Lauren. They know who they are. Because Tony made an appointment with my beautician, Allie, my wonderful beautician, and she stood her up. And that's when I quit talking to her. And then it was about a month after that, I got rid of Lauren, too. You got a lot to lose, but I got a lot. What have I got to lose, Skyhole? You used to follow me back in the day. You must still be following me. You jumped on this goddamn community post faster than I could put it up. What have I got to lose? I'm retired. I own everything I have. I don't have nothing to lose. Nothing. And my identity's been out there longer than when you were shitting yellow, probably. Nothing's happened to me. Nobody's went live on me. Nobody threatens to go live on me because guess what? I don't care. And I'm not scared. And I can talk and I can think. And I don't have to go, wait a minute. What am I saying? Oh my God, I lost my thoughts. What am I going to talk about? I don't know who you are, Skyhole, but you're sure named right. And then she says, "Is this what you call living your best life at 72 years old, retired?" Yes, it is. Yes, it is my best. I have had this YouTube channel 20 years. I don't want to hear another person call that filthy mouth gangster an OG. She's not an OG of nothing. Put 20 years into YouTube like I have. Work 45 years at a salt mine. Be married 6 times. Be a goddamn junkie every day of that. And then get on here and tell me how to act and how I'm supposed to be. You stupid, worthless females. I have been in this community 4 years and none of you have changed. None of you. And she said, I said, worry about yourself. And she says, this is Sky Ho, whoever this is. I'll give you that. Living to be 72 is not so common these days. But at the end of the day, it's not how long you've lived, but how you've lived. Those years you were blessed to be given. My years were not blessed by nothing. I'm an atheist. I live this long because I have good genes. I don't go to doctors. I don't smoke, period, anything, pot, and I don't do pills. That's why I live to be 72, and I've got good genes and good DNA. The rest of you stupid women sit around in front of a computer. You can't even walk around the block. I'm out riding 4-wheelers and shit. I do stuff. And this is 40 ounce again. You know where I live, but you're not going to do anything, so I even mentioned that. My name has been out for years, so you don't intimidate me. I'm willing to bet you $100 you don't have the correct information. Well, go ahead and mail me your $100 because I'm not going to drop all the goods on that locked vault. I'm going to dribble it out just like I did Minnie, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. I'm not just going to blurt her whole name and all that shit out. I'm not going to do it. And I didn't try to scare nobody. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just giving her a taste of her own medicine because when I met her, when I talked to her on the phone, she was trying to find where the dog killer lived. Her, not me. I didn't even listen to the dog killer, and I still don't. Oh, and this is what the great Anne Graham says, and I can read her writing, even though I can't speak it. You are minding yours. Life lesson, go to rehab. Don't go online without a bra. Absolutely. This is coming from the most god-awful looking, talking person I've ever known that's got a friend that's a complete idiot, and she doesn't even know it. And then I said to her, wow, you're really interested in my life. I'm impressed, especially from someone who doesn't speak English. Stay tuned for details. And then she says, I speak better English American than you do. Oh, no, you don't, Anne. Oh, no, you don't. You don't speak better than anybody. If people dare to tell you to your face that they want you off the panel because nobody can understand anything you say, I don't know if it's because you got teeth that are too big for your mouth. I used to be able to half-ass understand you. Now I don't watch it, and when I do. And then this is this Sky Ho again. Absolutely, and my fabulous, all of it except for and I want my purse back, Deborah Silver, Minnie. I want my fucking purse back. This is Vault, Dana again. I can't wait for this reveal. And what does Dana have to do with Deborah's purse? Go ask Hyena for a prediction. Maybe you'll get better results. I didn't have to have Hyena for this prediction, Dana, because I talked to you on the phone myself. You can deny it, or maybe you don't remember. You might be a fucking pill weed head that don't remember nothing. 3 years ago, when Lisa had her little cooking show going on, I talked to you, and you were trying to figure out where the dog killer lived, and you told me your name and your last name, and I'm not going to say it now, and I know where you live, and I hadn't thought about you in 3 years until you came up in John's chat, yapping, and trying to post some screenshots of me that you can't even read. John knows that I don't like drunks. He knows that. And that's the only thing I've ever said about him. So your little stupid ass screenshots are a joke, and I'm going to show them too. You got them all blacked out. All you can hear me saying is, I don't like John drinking. I bet you another 200 on top of 40 ounces, 200. I don't weigh 200. No, you weigh 300, Vault. 300 pounds. Prove it. Prove it. I want you to run your mouth. Prove it, because you ain't got the money to pay for it anyway. I'm 72. I'm not afraid to show my body, my face, my outside, my inside, my friends. Vault, prove it right now. I'll drop a link. Come up here and prove it. I know you weigh 300 or better, and I'm just guessing by looks because I've been to a lot of cattle sales, and I kind of know how to judge weight. And you, baby, unless you had a serious weight reduction, you're a 300-pounder if you're that. Prove it. You want to make a statement, put money on it? Prove it. I prove what I say. I'm very capable of proving what I say. I'm going to. Flat ass. Is that you? Who's got that thing? Brooks 10 head. 200 wouldn't be bad depending on height. Well, I'm not saying it is bad. I'm not even making fun of big people, but she comes in here and says, I bet you $100. I don't. Well, how am I going to get my $100 unless she stands up? I have judged cattle at auction, so I know how to judge a weight of stuff. I know how to judge a cow or judge a calf. I'm pretty damn good at it. So just show us. Show us. Don't put money up and put your big mouth up unless you can back it up. Let her up. The lady doth protest too much. Yeah, and why would anybody? This is how stupid you women are. I put that shit and sign up there, Holly Lake Ranch. Didn't know if she will live there or not, just guess by things that she had said. And she jumps right on it immediately. So I think, wow, I hit a nerve. This bitch is crazy. And guess what? That's where she lived. Same way with this deal. Vault ain't bothered me in 3 years. She didn't impress me when I talked to her. She don't impress me now, but I know what I know about her. So when I put that one little comment, I have 47 comments from you women coming out of the woodwork, dark whispers, all these women. So Dana is on the head. And if Dana's right, she told me her last name, that's right too. And I also know what state she lives in. And I've given that information to somebody that will know to find the whole deal. So Vault, if I was you, I wouldn't be posting no more shit about me, because I don't hide stuff. I don't wear avatars. I'm not ashamed of my weight. I'm not ashamed of my looks. I'm not ashamed of my age. I love the way I live. And I can only hope that any of you can make it to 72, let alone be doing what I'm doing. I've got a handsome convict that's getting out in August, and I can't wait. I have 6 ex-husbands. I have a wonderful grown-up daughter that is more successful than me, and I was very successful money-wise. So, Vault, put your body where your mouth is. Why won't you drop the link for her? I'm not going to drop the link for her unless she shows her stupid face. I'm not having no avatar up here with me. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, you've gone places, Dark Whisper. I ain't seen you in 3 damn years. GG, these motherfuckers don't piss me off. I put that thing up because I was bored. And I had listened to her trying to stir up a little trouble over at John Yates. So I thought, well, I'll just put this little up. And when I did, it blew up. It's still getting comments right now. So I hit the nail on the head, but I knew that because I have a memory. I don't smoke pot. My memory cells are all working well. And I remember our conversation. We talked 3 times. And 3 times she was trying to find out where the dog killer lived. Because at that point, nobody really knew her. Nobody knew where she lived or anything. Now everything's out there. And I had totally forgotten about Dark Whisper, Bob, all them Lisa people I'd forgot about. Because when Lisa went off the grid, her channel went down, I didn't really pay no attention to that bunch of women. But here they come all flogging back because I said Dana. Oh, look, she put the bat signal in their group chat to come help her. I don't know nothing about her. I didn't even know she had a damn channel. Who would listen to her? Who said I was better than anyone? I think it's funny, still waiting on this big reveal. Well, Dark Whisper, you're just going to have to follow me and subscribe because I'm going to dribble it out like I did many. Little couple words here, couple words there. I know who she is. I know where she lives. And I'm going to have the full 300-pound proof of it. Prove you don't weigh 300 pounds, Paul. Prove it. Why don't you want anybody to see what you look like? I'm not ashamed. I'm older than the fucking hills. I don't even have a filter on. And I don't care how I look. Because I lived my good life. I peaked out at 19, like the rest of you did, and you don't realize it. Yeah, they better leave TT alone. Why, Balt? Why? So you don't have proof? It's just a phone call. I've got proof. She told me her first and last name, and I've looked it up. It ain't none of your business. Dark Whisper, you need a 40-ounce. Tony, Lauren's best friend, stood my beautician up. Deny that. That was a 3-year ago conversation, too. You wanted my beautician, Allie's number, so you could come and get your hair done like mine. And you stood her up. And I never spoke to you another day after that, and I got rid of Lauren right after that. So deny that conversation, Tony. And so do I, Dark Whisper. So what's your point? Let her prove it. She just offered me $100. Prove it. You were so dumb 3 years ago, Walt. You were telling everybody everything. You're an idiot. And I didn't know you were such a troublemaker. Some would call that when we are fighting so hard if TT is wrong. Yeah, exactly. And why would 47, I have had my channel for 20 years. I have put up hundreds of things on my community tab. And this one gets 40 comments from the great Ann Graham that can't speak English, from Dark Whisper, who I haven't seen or heard of in 3 years, from 40 Ounce, same thing, haven't heard or seen her. They all come out of the woodwork. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, ladies, if I was wrong, none of you would have said a fucking word. None of you. And if you'd been smart, even though I am right, and I know I'm right, you still wouldn't have said anything, but you played your hand because you're all idiots. That's what you do. You play your hand. You've always have. You always will. You can be played like a drum. And I just decided to help John Yates out a little bit. I don't care if you like it or if you don't. I've always liked him. I think he's funny. I just don't like it when he drinks because he starts crying and stuff, and I can't stand that. Other than that, me and him have never, ever had a problem. In your little screenshots, Balt, you blocked out everything but 2 words. I want to see all these times I badmouth John Yates. I want to see one person prove that I ever badmouth John Yates other than the drinking. And he knows that because I told it to his face. And I would watch him all the time, but I don't watch them Housewives or that 90-day stuff. So that's why I don't watch him. But I'll be sure to go in his chat now and give him money because I'm going to be giving him big money so he can keep that lawyer. And let me tell you something else. Anne, Brooke, Maria, you lost the court battle. You don't celebrate when you lose. You made a fool of yourself making a parody of that judge, and I hope that judge sees it because you women are losers. 100% losers. You finally got caught. You finally found out you're idiots, and you can't get money off somebody that wants to have an opinion about what fools you are. And if people want to give John Yates money, it doesn't matter if they're dead or alive. It's none of your business. None of you. People can give money who they want to give it to. You need to shut up about it and let that die because it's none of you stupid women's business. And the crying over the cash apps. Oh, Brooke, you make me sick. I was trying to find some redeeming feature about you, but your hairline goes back to here, half your head. So why don't you get some bangs and wear them, or get some better extensions? My beautician does beautiful extensions. I don't have any. I have my own hair. At 72, I got a better head of hair than most of you do. Losers, losers, losers. Didn't they have a lawyer in their chats all that time? What happened there? I know they're losers and they're celebrating. I watched this supposedly great parody. It was a joke, but I'm sure that judge would like to see them making a parody of her. I'm sure that judge will be very impressed with how you're acting. You should have just taken the loss and learned a lesson and quit filing all these stupid POs and TOs that don't mean jack shit to YouTube. If you want to do something to somebody, go to YouTube. Don't go to the courts, because there's freedom of speech in this country, believe it or not. And the only person that can make you shut up on YouTube is YouTube, not a cop, not a fucking lawyer, not a judge, not anybody. If you can't take the heat, don't listen. I can take it. I use it in my clips. I use it. And I'm going to play the clip where Tony Soflo said I reminded him of Dolly Parton. Maria just had a grandson, and you can't even try to tell me she's spending time with him and her daughters. If the daughter's smart, she's probably not even letting her around that grandkid, because it's obvious she doesn't have her priorities where they belong. But I don't care about her. She's a joke. She got beat in court. Anne is a bigger joke because she can't speak English, and I dare any of you to tell me that you can understand her, because it's impossible. Okay, I want to play Soflo calling me Dolly Parton, because I already talked about this, but I guess he's never going to fight with me again. So I'll just have to use what I got. If I can find it. Jeff they doing his way. What? Oh, here's something about a meth head. This must be me, because that's what they call me. But if I was you ladies, I'd all get on meth so you have a memory.
No good scrum back from method from Texas. United them together to come on here and wreak havoc in this community. And that there was a time in which I've spoken to Maria. I had no issues with Maria.
No, and I think
no good scumbag from method from Texas. United them.
My grand plan, and it worked. I took all the bottom feeders over to MobTube, and now they're all acting like a bunch of females. They're all transgenders all of a sudden for Gay Pride Month. They've all decided to act like girls. Right, there's a proof. You heard him saying it. There's the lovely Bee, his new co-host, Sesame Street. So if you want to see images of Sesame Street, please feel free to hop on over there to Pool Sticks channel, because he's got a bee on there with him, a cartoon that doesn't have a bit of problem.
From Texas, right?
yeah.
She's a very nice lady, from what I understand.
Oh, yes, the sweetest.
She's the sweetest lady out there. It's unbelievable that she would actually support a piece of shit like that, or actually.
Who's supporting Pizza? She's
This meth head from Texas, right?
yeah.
She's a very nice lady, from what I understand.
Oh, yes, the sweetest.
She's the sweetest lady out there. It's unbelievable.
I am not supporting Tony Pizza because he's a dog abuser. I still watch every time he goes live. Like I will say again and again, he is the most entertaining person on YouTube that I like to listen to. So you're wrong, Pool Stick, and you're wrong, B, because I do not support Tony Pizza. I don't give him money. I don't go in his chat, but I do listen to him because you, frankly, are boring. And you're bringing what little channel the Pool Stick had down.
She still supports them.
She's back with Minnie Man?
Terry's
I
not.
mean, this is Minnie. I think you're talking about Minnie Man. Minnie. That's another thing. I think Minnie was a friend also, and that she started.
Oh, no, I meant Minnie Mac. I call Johnny Mac Minnie Mac. She still
Yeah.
supports them.
Oh, well,
No, B, I'm still with Johnny Mac. I intend to stay with him. And Minnie, you need to get my purse back. But I've got something for you to eat your heart over. Here's my new purse. You like this, Minnie? You want me to send this to you and pay for the shipping like I did the Louis Vuitton that you lied to everybody about? Piece of shit. Listen to how this B knows everything.
And I think she's not with Pizza. Oh, because I think they're mad because Tony Pizza, that Dixie person that I was telling you that I know that he was tracking, supposedly Tony Pizza threw away all of the stuff that Dixie gave him. Like Dixie gave him some inspiration. I think she's not with Pizza. Oh, because I think they're mad because Tony Pizza, that Dixie person that I was telling you that I
No, B, you're wrong. I didn't like the way he treated Dixie. I didn't like the way FBS treated Dixie, but Dixie's a grown woman and she can do what she wants. And I apologize to her for bringing her to this foul community. But I am mad at Tony Pizza because of the dog abuse that I saw on a video with my own eyes. That's the only reason. I still listen to every one of his lives. I still give him a view and a like. And I would give him money if he didn't have the dog situation. So you're wrong. It did not have nothing to do with what you think it did because you're an idiot.
they are the spawn children of the Peggy.
yes, Mike's Slipper is back. Do you guys think Mike's Slipper was ever gone? I don't.
I know, really, for a moment there, I thought he had really left.
I think it was under another account or something.
They are the spawn children of the Peggy.
The bee trying to be the know-it-all of Mob 2. She knows nothing. She barely knows anything about bottom feeders, except she's the bottom of the bottom.
In 9 to 5, trying to make living. Is that Terry time? oh, no, it's Dolly Parton. I always got it mixed up. Yeah, right.
He gets me mixed up with Dolly Parton. Let's hear this again.
Smug attitude. Yeah, but can you imagine that guy? Teresa, can you imagine the guy working for McDonald's? Hey, wait a second. I've been here for half 9 to 5, trying to make living. Is that Terry time?
No, it's not Terry time.
Oh, no, it's Dolly Parton. I always got it mixed up.
You get me mixed up with Dolly Parton. Who's that? Where's your goddamn fight? You've lost your fight. Have you let the bee turn you into a total female? You can't fight anymore. I used to love fighting with you. Now you're down the drain. That's all the clips I have. Oh, here's a beautiful clip by Tony Pizza, my favorite YouTuber. Well,
and the retarded husbands didn't know anything about it. You know, I fucked a lot of married chicks. You know, a lot of them. A lot of them. And the retarded husbands didn't know anything about it.
let me tell you something. I fucked a lot of married men too, Tony, and their wives didn't know nothing about it. And guess what? I'll answer this question. His SoFlo's still not figured out. He can get all the paperwork he wants. She is a confidential informant, but they match because he beat a woman nearly to death with a pool stick, and he brags about it, and he's proud of it. And his son was a pimp, and he's in prison. So they're a perfect match. And he's also a snitch because even though he tries to deny it, he called the courthouse trying to get Johnny Mac jammed up. And that, my friends, is a snitch. That is a snitch move. And the bee was right there helping him do it. So they're two snitches. They both had like pimps. Both of them do. So they're a perfect match. And Bull, don't be trying to get uppity with me until you get ready to show that body. I will drop you a link, girl, and I've got way over $100 if you will show your body and your face. And I'm going to dribble out the information. I'm going to give John Yates every drop of it in case he does have some legal stuff to go after you. Because I really don't know. SoFlo is not a very Johnny Mac, do you want to come up here? Because I need to go out and pay my yard guy. He's out there mowing. I can hear the mower going. See if I can remember how to do this. Mhm. Okay, I want to send it to you on Instagram. Johnny Mac. She will do it for 200. Heck, she's the one who made the offer. She said she had $100. Why are we changing it up? Sarah Z. She just made the offer to me in this chat, so let her try to lie about it. I can't get it to you, Johnny. I don't know why, but I can't. Oh, there it is. I did it. Johnny, if you want to grab that link, or if the big old vault wants to grab it, tell her to grab it, because I've got $100. Unless she's one on a strict regiment, she is still big. But you shouldn't be ashamed to show your face. Nobody should. You are who you are. If you're not ashamed of it, you'll show your face. Broke Stalker Camp. I was actually trying to leave Brooke out of this, but she was so disgusting doing that parody of that judge. I'm so glad I got that, so maybe that judge would love to see the parody they did of her. That's going to get you real far, ladies, to make fun of the judge. That's a real smart move. But that's how you ladies work. Sarah Z is a fraud and not a Billy badass she portrays herself to be. She was talking in a low voice during their stupid parody, All Afraid. Well, that was stupid. That was stupid to make fun of that judge. I've been divorced 6 times and been in quite a few court proceedings. It's not a good idea to make fun of the judge. I'm sure the judge had all she could do to keep her mouth, keep them in there as long as she did. But I just wanted to let you know that the rest of the info on Vault will be given to John Yates for whatever reason he needs it for. And I'll be dribbling it out and dribbling it out and dribbling it out because she was on it. At least do your hair before coming on camera. Brooks, yeah, have you? I don't want to say nothing about people's looks, but she wore a pair of fake bangs one time making fun of Amber, and they looked wonderful because my head don't go back like that. I got a normal forehead. It just goes back normal way. Her forehead, I've got some pictures today. Her forehead ends back here, and then she's got extensions. So how much hair does she even have? You know what? She needs to go to the same person that does Dog the Bounty Hunter because they actually give him a little hair in the front. He's got a lot of extensions, but they do give him a little hair in the front. That poor judge, I know. And the parody was sickening. And Yahoo Boy, you are no John Yates by any stretch of the imagination. That was the sickest, stupidest parody I've ever seen. And I've seen some bad ones. Sarah Z, old lady. Who is Sarah Z, flat ass? I don't know Sarah Z. Maria embarrassed herself in court. She looks foolish every day, though. If you want to get up here, Johnny, you need to get up here, else I'm going to have to cut this off because I got to go pay my yard guy. I can hear him out there mowing. Wicked Witch of the East, I would have never known she was closer to 80, older than Miss TT here. Is she? Man, I thought I was the oldest one on here, 72 and still hanging good. I guess Johnny's not going to come up here. I guess nobody's coming up here, so I'm going to cut this off. I got to go pay my yard guy. Hi, Simply Sophie. Do you guys have a wrench? You're supposed to. Johnny, do you have a wrench? I am going to get off of here because I have to pay my yard guy. I said what I wanted to say. Vault will be exposed because she exposed herself to me over the phone. And that's what you get when you run your mouth. Oh, really? It's Maria's? It's Maria's? You look much younger, Titi. Thank you. And I don't have a stitch of makeup, no filter, nothing. I don't even have my glasses match my nightgown. And anybody that watches me know I love to match my glasses with my nightgown. Well, I can't say much about looks because I'm older than the hills, but I do have a memory, and I remember talking to Vault 3 times 3 years ago, and that Dark Whisper just now showed up. Where has anybody seen Dark Whisper at? Anybody? Can anybody understand Ann Graham? If you can, let me know, because everybody I talked to said they wish she wouldn't even go on there because they can't understand her. And she's mouthing off to me about my breast. I've never said nothing about her looks. Nothing. And the only thing I've ever said about Brooke is that hairline is ridiculous. And if she's got fake bangs, use them, girl. That way you don't have to worry about your eyebrows either. They cover everything up. They love talking about others' looks. We're returning the favor. Okay, you guys can do what you want to. You can return a favor. I try not to do that. I've always tried not to talk about people's looks. If you feel good, do it. I'm going to get off of here because I can tell my yard guy is about to leave. I enjoyed this. Vault, you bet me 100. Let's prove it. I got the money. So let's just prove it. Oh, and I'm going to be reading a poem from Kevin, and he's getting out in August. I'm so excited to have a young, handsome, strong convict. Even if I did have to buy him, it's worth the money. Ciao. Hillbillies, rednecks, and we can't leave without Trump. Bye-bye. Love y'all.